How consistency beats luck when building a wealthy future. Ladies and gentlemen, we often hear people say, "He's lucky. She was in the right place at the right time. If only I had that opportunity." But today, I want to challenge that belief. Because when it comes to building a wealthy future, consistency will always beat luck. Luck is unpredictable. Consistency is controllable. And the truth is, wealth is not built in one moment. It's built in thousands of small, repeated actions. Luck is an event. Consistency is a process. Luck can give you a break. Consistency builds a foundation. Someone might win the lottery overnight, but someone else invests a small amount every single month for 20 years. Who do you think is more likely to stay wealthy? Luck may open a door. Consistency teaches you how to build the house. If your financial future depends on luck, you are living in hope. If your financial future depends on consistency, you are living in power. The power of small daily actions. We underestimate small habits, saving a little money every week, reading 10 pages a day about investing, learning one new skill every month, improving 1% at a time. These actions seem small, almost invisible, but here's the secret. Wealth is not about intensity, it's about endurance. It's not about making one big move, it's about making the right move over and over again. Consistency compounds, and compounding is one of the most powerful forces in the world. If you improve your finances by just 1% every day, imagine where you will be in 5 years. Consistency builds discipline. Luck doesn't build character. Consistency does. When you show up every day, even when you don't feel like it, you build discipline. And discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. There will be days when the market goes down, days when your business struggles, days when your motivation disappears. Luck disappears in hard times. Consistency stays. The people who build lasting wealth are not always the smartest. They are not always the most talented. They are not always the most connected. They are the most consistent. The myth of overnight success. We love stories of overnight success, but what we don't see are the years of preparation behind the scenes, the failed attempts, the early mornings, the sacrifices, the learning. We see the breakthrough. We don't see the build-up. Consistency works quietly. It doesn't seek applause. It doesn't trend on social media. But one day, people will call your consistency luck. Consistency reduces risk. Many people think taking big risks leads to wealth, but reckless risk without discipline destroys wealth. Consistency reduces risk. When you invest regularly, you don't depend on perfect timing. When you build multiple income streams slowly, you don't depend on one paycheck. When you live below your means consistently, you don't panic during hard times. Consistency creates stability, and stability creates opportunity. When opportunity meets preparation, people call it luck, but it was consistency all along. The compound effect. Imagine planting a seed. On day 1, nothing happens. On day 7, nothing happens. On day 30, still nothing visible. But underground, roots are growing. That is consistency. Most people quit because they don't see immediate results. They invest for 3 months and stop. They start a business and quit after one failure. They save money for a few weeks and give up. Consistency requires patience, but when the results finally show up, they multiply. Money compounds, skills compound, reputation compounds, trust compounds. Every consistent action is a vote for your future wealthy self. You control consistency. You cannot control the economy, the market, inflation, or other people, but you can control how much you save, how much you learn, how disciplined you are, how often you show up. That is power. Wealth is not built by hoping for better conditions. It is built by becoming better every day. The long game mindset. Building wealth is a long game. It is not about this week. It is not about this month. It is about years. Consistency requires thinking long term. When you think long term, you don't panic during downturns. You don't chase quick money schemes. You don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. You focus on progress. Slow progress is still progress. The truth about lucky people. Here's something powerful. Most lucky people prepared longer than anyone else. They were consistent when nobody was watching. They were learning when others were scrolling. They were saving when others were spending. They were investing when others were doubting. Luck didn't build their future. Preparation did. And preparation is simply consistency over time. Your wealthy future starts today. You don't need a perfect opportunity. You don't need a big inheritance. You don't need a miracle. You need consistency. Start small. Save a little. Invest a little. Learn a little. Improve a little. And do it again tomorrow, and the next day, and the next year. Because one day, the results will shock you. And when people ask how you became successful, they'll might say, "You're so lucky." And you'll smile, because you'll know the truth. It wasn't luck, it was consistency.